Alright, welcome back my interior students. I hope you enjoyed your good long break. Now it's time to get back to business. So as I said, we're going to be drawing perspectives, and our plan was to be drawing on the drafting board. But being you guys don't have drafting boards, we're going to do this as kind of a combination of drawing and sketching, and you'll be using a straight edge, but we'll be working on smaller paper. And there's a lot of estimating anyway with perspectives. As you'll see in the later videos I refer you to in YouTube, all they do is use a straight edge and they estimate everything. I'll be giving you a little more direction. The plan was, normally on the drafting board we create a grid like this. I was going to have you create the same type of grid as a sketch, but our problem is that likely the only paper you guys will have access to is just regular printer paper like I have, blank white printer paper, 8.5 by 11, so we can't see the grid behind. So we're going to scratch the grid idea. We'll be taking some elements from this and we'll be going straight to the drawing. So as you see in the examples from other teachers on YouTube, they just draw a horizontal and vertical line. I'm going to give you a little more direction to be precise. So to begin with, let's estimate about 2/3 up the paper. So if we divide it into thirds about here, we're going to draw a horizontal line all the way across, parallel with the top of the paper. Just estimate that. Again, lots of estimating. Draw that horizontal line all the way across. Then I'm going to line up the 0 over here, and I'm going to make 3 marks. I'm going to mark 1 inch in. That's going to be my first vanishing point. I'm marking 5.5. That will be the center vertical line that the other videos I was referred to, and then I'm marking 1 inch in from the right side. So vanishing point 1, make a circle there. I know with the light you can't see that, but it's there. Vanishing point 2. And then here, try and spend a little time and make this as perpendicular as possible. And what I'm going to do is line up a 1/2 inch mark here. I'm going to start at 1 inch here. So what I'm doing, that's 2/4. We're actually going to draw this 1/4 inch scale. So every 1/4 of an inch is a foot. So there's a 1/2 inch, so there's 2 feet. And then we're going to go another 1.5 inches down. So that's a total of 2 inches tall. 1/2 inch plus 1.5 inches, that's 2 inches. So that line is 2 inches tall. It intersects at a 1/2 inch from the end. So now this is the back corner of our wall. So what we can do is now draw our walls. And actually, we'll draw the walls and then I'll show you one more thing. So just line up with the right vanishing point and intersect the top of the line right here, and then draw that wall out. Do the same at the bottom end of the line. That'll be our floor line. The other one is the ceiling line. Go to the other vanishing point. And we're drawing the lines out from there. I am not as fast as the experts online, but you'll see those videos a little later. So this is our horizon line. The vanishing points lie on it, and these are our wall lines. So we don't actually need to keep this. In the grid that we were going to use, you can see we'd have all these grids, and we would just estimate. Once we had the grid, we were going to look at the foot marks and all that and just estimate where the furniture goes. But being we don't have the grid, and a reminder that everything 1/4 inch scale. So we're actually ready at this point to begin drawing our furniture in. So let's say I'm going to put a dresser over here. Now you need to from your plan, you need to pick one of your bedrooms. And you guys don't have your furniture plans, so we don't know where your furniture is exactly, but you can probably remember. What I'd like you to do, you may have to alter your layout because I want you to include a window. So let's say I'm doing this master bedroom, and I'm going to include the window. So what I'll be doing is we're drawing that corner of the house. And so that means my window will be on the right. And I'm figuring maybe I'll throw a bed right here, maybe a nightstand here, and I'll place a dresser over here by the closet. We'll keep it clear of the closet. We'll throw a dresser over here, bed, nightstand. Now I'm just going to demonstrate the dresser, and then you guys can look at the examples. There's a lot of good videos that show you all the detail from start to end. So this video is just to get you started, and then I want you to reference the other videos. So again, with this plan, we have, looking at it this way, window will be on the right along with the dresser, and bed will be on the left. You're looking at that corner. I want you to choose a corner where you can see a window. So the dresser in that plan, we'd figure out where the window goes, but then you would just estimate. You could estimate how many feet if you think you want to figure it out that way, but these are just sketches. So I'm figuring we don't have the grid to estimate the feet. It is 1/4 inch scale, so you could estimate that if you thought it was 8 feet from the edge. That would, if it was 8 feet, that would be 1/4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet. So that's going to put the window in here. The dresser might start there. But again, this is it's all sketching. You have some freedom in where these go. We're not going to be as concerned about dimensions. Let's say the dresser is 3 feet wide, so that would be we'll say 4 feet wide. So that's going to make it 1 inch wide, 4/4. And let's say it's about, now with the grid we actually had it more of a perspective, we had dimensions changing, but again we're just going to estimate these dimensions. Let's say it's also 4 feet tall, so we'll figure 1 inch tall here. Again, with the example videos, everything's an estimate. So if you don't think that looks good in size, you can make adjustments. That's what's making this more of a sketch versus if we were doing it on a drafting board, we do a lot more dimensioning or going according to dimensions. So first off, all height of objects are vertical. Sorry, phone call. Accidentally just hung up on my wife. She'll probably call back in a moment. But we're just going to keep going here. And that's a life lesson for you. We're just going to go with the flow. Again, be flexible, do what you can, don't stress over it. So here is my vertical mark. So I'm going from that point to there. Again, the height dimensions were vertical. Any horizontal lines are going to come from the opposite vanishing point. And then for the object coming away from the wall, and we could figure it out here. So just let's say it's about, you could estimate it's 1/4 inch along here. So let's say it's 12 inches deep. Well, that's probably a little more. Maybe 18 inches. So we could figure 18 inches, 1.5 feet. So that would be 3/4. That's a pretty deep dresser. I guess I'll go back to what I first said and figure. We'll figure it about 1/2 inch out. So what I can do is line up with this vanishing point, line it up with that point, and I'm going to come out to there. And we'll do the same Now once I establish a depth, I already have that in one place. I don't need it anywhere else. I can figure here. And again, it's all estimating with these sketches. You have lots of estimating. So the key is using your vanishing points correctly. Once I have the depth established here, I can, again, always height dimensions are always vertical. So I can draw lines straight up. And then from vanishing point, I can line up where that was established with the height. I can come out to that point. And then this will come from the left vanishing point. So there is the layout of a dresser. So you have a lot of flexibility. I know you had furniture chosen, but you can get an estimate of the dimensions that you had chosen. But we're going to have a good amount of flexibility, being this is a sketch. And location, again, you don't have your furniture plan, so you can choose the distance from the wall. But do think through the fact that you can estimate where on the plan you can figure out about how far over that is from the window. It actually gives you dimensions here, so you could even figure out where the edge of the dresser is and then go from there. So the rest of the examples that I referred you to online go through a lot more information in a lot shorter amount of time, so you may want to pause the video periodically, but the other videos that I refer you to should be able to help you finish out your sketches. But that's the basics. When you have something flat on the wall, it's that much simpler because you don't need depth. But again, refer to the other videos for that. So hopefully this got you in a good place getting the walls, and go from there. Have a great day, everyone.